Hello, this is Dr. Janet Hall, and I'm a clinical psychologist, hypnotherapist, author and speaker in Melbourne, Australia, where I've been practicing for over 32 years. And this is part 2 of some videos that I'm making to talk about my very unhygienic bucket of crap theory. The idea being just to remind you, if you have seen the first one, that we're all carrying this invisible bucket, and in it sometimes we carry a lot of grief, which is a blue brick, and a lot of hurt and sadness, which is the invalidation, the pink brick. So what I'd like to talk to you now is how you can get some of that grief and some of that invalidation out of you. And the idea is to write a letter. And you can write a letter to somebody who's alive and who has hurt you. And it's not about giving the person the letter. That's the most important ingredient of the system. It's something that you can write, and if you really want to, you can then maybe burn it or flush it down the toilet. Though when I work with people, I ask them to come in and work with me, and I get them in a very special meditation to read out the letter to me as if I'm the person that's hurt them. And you can also write the letter to somebody who's passed away and who's no longer here, with the idea that you get your bucket empty of all the sadness, and then it can fill up with just the love that you'll still hold very dearly and indeed inside your heart for the rest of your life. So there are 5 stages to writing the letter, and the first one is everything that you might be angry about and that you might blame them for. And so the letter, when you work with me, we give you some little beginnings, and it might say, I'm angry because, or I don't like it when, or I hate it when I remember that. The next one is your hurt and sadness. And so you might say, I'm really, really hurting because. The next one is fear and insecurity. I'm afraid that. I feel scared because. Then there's perhaps responsibility and remorse. I'm sorry for. Please forgive me for. Remembering that there's 2 sides to every story. And then there's 6, I said 5 before. The 5th one is your intentions and your wishes or wants. So it's, I want, perhaps it's to make up or to have our friendship back. Or I wish that we could start over again. And finally, it's all about the love and forgiveness and understanding. I love you because. Thank you for. And I forgive you because. And so this letter that you can write and then get, even if you haven't got a therapist, you could read it aloud to the mirror, or you could just get a good friend to listen to it and saying, I just want you to listen. You don't have to comment or saying anything about it. But you would not believe how much resistance there is from some people in writing this letter. Some people leave it to the very last minute and write it outside in the car before their therapy session. And I think, well, why are you doing that? What a rip-off for yourself. It's important, if you can, to find a quiet time, clear your desk, perhaps have a photograph of the person that you're writing to right there, and maybe a box of tissues. But some people genuinely fear the pain, and all I can say is sometimes there's like a big tunnel and the only way out is the way through. Some people feel guilty because they're writing mean things about somebody that they love, and don't worry, because you're never giving it to them. It's your stuff you're dealing with, emptying your bucket. So it's okay. And most importantly, you're going to find the time, because your psychological and emotional well-being depends on you being able to empty your bucket. So that's what you need to do. Get good therapy, be willing to talk, have someone listen, write the letter, and then get the letter off your chest. So if you'd like to know more about the completion letter technique, you can contact me on jan@drjanethall.com.au, or just come to my website, drjanethall.com.au, and I'd be happy to send you a copy of the letter, or just listen, because everybody needs somebody to listen.